First of all, I must explain my background. Everybody is asking me every time when I'm talking why I have this background, and there are 3 reasons. Number one, and I was explaining that to Bernhard, who made the presentation after me, my son is very, very young. He's every time winning and making and constructing worlds which are incredible. Number two, I think and I feel that is a little bit a symbol what we are doing in the world. We are trying to build houses, to build cities, and every time with the threat of the undermines, let me say that, and every time in survival mode. And number three is the base of this game is artificial intelligence, and I believe a great opportunity for everybody into the future, let me say that in my words. But let us begin with the CTV. The fourth virtual CTV, the fourth, in a very interesting and sad year, in a pandemic year. At the end of the day, we were the first one, or one of the first ones, creating this new remote mode of virtual fairs. We reacted last year very soon with Beate, with the whole team, and yes, it's an alternative format. It's incredible how we are able to approach a lot of people that we were not able to touch before. No? We are today with over 90 countries present here. We are over 10,000 people involved in this nice fair. In a physical way, it would be impossible to do something like that. But the reality is that human beings are social beings. And as a social entity, we need the touch. We need to meet people. The situation with the pandemic is not over. New varieties are coming. And we know that the next normal will be not the old normal. Number one, the new normal is characterized by remote, everything is remote. I think and we believe that the next normal will be hybrid. We will have a hybrid mode to communicate, to build, to collaborate. Yes, the next CTV will be a hybrid, it's clear. We expect that we will have more or less a good level of mass immunization in more or less every country, and that we will be able to make that in a hybrid format. But why we think that is hybrid, or the world will be hybrid? Because at the one hand, this remote work gave a lot of opportunities to human beings to find themselves. And they are willing to maintain this freedom, let me say that. On the other hand, we know that these human beings, and there are a lot of studies in the last couple of months, they want to have this personal contact. Interesting. They want to have the best of both worlds. And why not, if it's possible? Why not if technology is giving this opportunity to make it possible? Because without the technology we have today, it will be impossible to do that in this way. Clear, we must work on some issues before making it 100% possible. Working from home, working from the kitchen table, having a 2 flats house, it's complicated. Or a 2 rooms flat, it's complicated. It's, with kids and family and trying to be focused. I think there are a lot of things we must change. Beate was trying to convince me to make this presentation more in a studio with cameras and I said, no, I want to show everybody in a normal way how we are able today to communicate. And I want not to change that and to put that in a perfect way, because the way how we work, the way how our employees work is like the way we are communicating today. Last time I was making a nice speech, a nice podium discussion virtually. And during this conversation, my son came into the camera, and it was interesting to see my reaction, his reaction, and the reaction of everybody in the virtual room. But that are issues that I believe at the end of the day will be a great opportunity for the technology industry. IT will be an enabler of this hybrid world. But at the end of the day, what we are selling? Because one of the first questions I had when I joined ALSO 10 years ago was, what are we selling? And everybody was telling me, no, we are selling HP, no, we are selling Lenovo, otherwise we're saying, no, we are selling Microsoft. And I said, stop. We are selling, we must see what we sell from the view of the end user. And we are selling in this industry only four things. For device infrastructures, if you want to say that in this way. The first one is the working place. The second one is the gaming place. The third one is the ecosystem at home. And the fourth one, the ecosystem in the factories. Because in the industry and as a channel provider or a channel ecosystem, we are not selling what the telcos are selling, the communication people. But if we are clear that we are offering these four issues, I believe we must have clear what is the opportunity in this new normal and next normal. Important to understand is there are no winners in this pandemic year. And if somebody talks about winners, I said, stop, that's not the case. But the IT industry and the channel, the importance of the channel was shown in this year. And if I see the amount of bankruptcy or people who left the business, they decline in comparison to other years. It was a bless for a lot of we in the industry. Now, having these results, we believe it's necessary to invest in the future, and the opportunities are there. Number one, this hybrid world, this hybrid communication, collaboration, will create a lot of, and with the support of the vendors and the innovation factories they have, they will create a lot of new devices, software packages, services, and cybersecurity business models, which will give us the opportunity to develop the business. Second, all the digital platforms who are already available, from consumption, from Internet of Things, through virtualization, which are paying to these four issues, what we discussed before, they are a great opportunity. Important is that you take we take the train at the right second, at the right minute. I don't believe we can wait too much. I don't believe we can still stay with the heritage transactional business, which we know is more and more having the wholesaling of commodities. More and more the margins and the profitability are going down. I am not saying don't do it, because it's part of the ecosystem, but try to put the eggs into different baskets and invest in all the issues which are giving you today the platforms. And number three is everything which has to do with sustainability. Sustainability is a great opportunity. And I know you want to discuss about availability, about the semiconductors crisis. You know, a big part of this crisis is coming through the change of the weather conditions in the world. You know that there is a water in Taiwan, which is about 70%, 75% of the semiconductor production is done in Taiwan. They don't have enough water for the semiconductors. And that is coming from the climate change. And there are still people don't believe in this sustainability issue. There are people, they believe that technology is reducing the CO2 emissions, only that we have some numbers in our brain. Yes, we are reducing some CO2, yes, but we are increasing some CO2 emissions. Only to give you a comparison, there is PTU, there is not enough accurate data for that, but there are some models of some universities, and today we know that the IT industry is utilizing, without calculating the recycling and the refurbishment of IT devices, about 2% of the energy, only 3.7% of the energy. Only that you know, the flights that we did that in the past were consuming 2% of the energy worldwide. If the IT consumption is increasing in this way, in 2025, something like that, we will be over 8% of the energy total consumption through IT. And with 8%, we will be over the CO2 emission or energy consumption from cars and motorcycles, which is incredible. There are some people who say, no, it's great to have all these virtual data centers. And a big discussion was a couple of years ago in one of the universities which I am working with, and there were some scientific works there. Only that you know, cryptocurrency, very, very nice, and is consuming about 147, that are the new calculations, that was last year, megawatts, only to have you that in reference. Netherlands consume 111, and Sweden consumes 132. That means with cryptocurrency and the model of cryptocurrency, which is part of a blockchain capability, we are consuming more than a country is consuming, which is giving some signals that we have a commitment with our next generations to reduce them, to avoid problems like we have today in our business through change in climate. But there is a big business opportunity there. If we believe how much we can do with Internet of Things, with consumptional business, generating and monitoring less CO2 consumption, it's a great opportunity. The problem is, are we willing to invest there? Are we willing to move there? But for all these changes we are talking, there are 3 issues we must take care of. 4 issues. The first one is individual. We believe that individuals can do whatever they want, that we can put them in the home office. The reality is, from the psychological point of view, we are present there, and we must take care about that. The second is organization. Do we have the right organization? We have the network organization where we are able to work. And the third is political, everything which has to do with regulations. For that, I believe we must work on that, and we must take the opportunities in the channel, but having the clear view about our responsibility there. And our responsibility is to motivate the people, like we are trying to do with fairs like that, to make presentations like our people, which we will make the presentations afterwards, And the idea there is we didn't take experts there in talking and making presentations. We take the people who are making the business. Second, the opportunity of the vendors supporting us. Today it's great to have Ruby, which is our cybersecurity partner in Israel, to have Nicky Meyer from Microsoft, Orlando from Ormuco, which is a data center virtualization program, the people from Veit Secure, and especially Lionel and Hugo talking about PixMinds and the opportunity they put there to improve the devices. And two friends of mine, which I want to mention. The one is Henning Olson from Epson. We make a great presentation about sustainability, and Bernhard, which I will give you the word, which is a friend managing the whole central region, the region of HP Inc. Thank you for being with us. Enjoy the speech of Bernhard. Enjoy the opportunity you have there. Don't forget, we have over 220 live events and 100 events which are recorded, where you can enter and enjoy your time. Take the best about that. Thank you.